Hi, good morning. How are you?
Morning. I'm well, thank you. How are
Uh,
you?
I'm fine also. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Yes.
Thank you. So thank you for your taking the time to speak with me today. I already told you to what's the discussion of about my research project, and already discussed you. Now I want to uh, introduce myself. My name is Oli Ahmed, and I'm a postgraduate student at the University of West of Scotland. As part of my research project, I am exploring the leadership communication and its influence on employees' performance and well-being. Actually, today the aim of the interview is to understand how leadership communication is experienced employees in the workplace. For example, how manager communicate with their employees, and how the effect and their motivation and job satisfaction and also stress, and what kind of communication behavior are seen as a as a supportive or unsupportive. So before we start, I would like to assure that your response will completely confidential. The interview will be only used like my academic purposes part of my research project. So uh, um, the interview only take like 10 to 15 minutes. I will be completed, and if it okay with you, I would also like to record the interview to make sure I don't miss any important details when I analyze the response. Do I have permission to the record and the proceed with this interview?
Yes, you do. You have my
Okay,
permission.
great, thank you. Now I'm asking some questions for you. Mm, so, can you tell me a little bit about your current role and how long have you worked in the Sainsbury?
Well, I've been working at Sainsbury's for about about 10 years. I'm currently working in well, I'm a customer service assistant. Um, and yeah, and I've been in many departments, checkouts, online department, and clothing and general merchandise. And so I've been there for about 10 years and seen quite a few different management styles and changes since I've been here.
Okay, so that's good. So, how would you describe the communications culture in your store or team?
I would say it's quite clear. Uh, it's quite easy to talk to the managers. They're quite um, open, um, and we get updates on how we're doing and how the company is doing through daily team huddles, and also internal messages, and through we have a WhatsApp group as well. We get that through that there as well, and yeah, we're updated regularly, and yeah, I find yeah, communication is quite open.
Okay, so what kind of communication do you typically have with your line manager or team manager? Example, like in a meeting or message, like informal talking, like.
Okay, yes. Well, we have group meetings, uh, like huddles, where we have group meetings. Or usually at the start of my shift, I will speak to the manager who is on duty for our department. And if I have any problems, I will tell him. If I um, or I will ask them if they have any tasks for me to do, or um, if I have any problems, then I will just tell them, oh, I need this type of equipment to help me do my work, that type of thing. But yeah, so at the start of my shift, I will talk to the manager, and then later on, they might hold an informal meeting. Yeah, that type of thing.
Okay. So how would you describe your manager communication style?
I find the managers quite approachable and friendly, and yeah, they do encourage us to they do encourage us to, speak to them if we have a problem or if something isn't working all right. So yeah, I would say approachable and friendly.
That's okay. So in your experience, like in the practical experience, how clear and transparent is communications from your manager or supervisor? Like how their communication with their employees or team leader?
I would say communication is quite transparent. We're told regularly about new policies and sales targets. We have like a flip chart. They're the clocking in machine where you can see how well the company is doing in each department. And also we're kept up to date with huddles. And of course we have the Sainsbury's information screen where we get information on how well we're doing as well.
Okay. So like how often do managers seek like feedback or listen to employees' view?
Honestly, in most cases, I will actually approach the managers myself and ask them like how am I doing. But I think in general, if there is a problem, then they will come to me and tell me, can you do this? But I would say on average about 3 times a week they would yeah listen to feedback or giving instruction on if something's not if they if there's like a new, for example, a plinth change or a flow change, that type of thing. Yeah, I would say around at least 3 times a week.
Okay. So can you please share me as an example of a time when you effective communications from your manager made your work easier or more enjoyable?
Okay, so one of the departments I work in is clothing, and I was getting quite stressed because for many months I'd been trying to order reduction stickers for the sale. We have big clothing sales.
Yeah.
And for many months before my current line manager, I was like asking so many times different managers, can you order me these stickers? Can you order me the reduction stickers? And nothing was happening. So my current line manager, I asked him, and for what I want, he put it straight into his phone and sent a message out to all the managers. And I think within 1 week, I got all the equipment I need, all the reduction stickers. So that was fantastic. It made my job so much easier.
Okay. So if I ask you any questions, that's the before that I ask you questions like conversely, can you recall the situation where the poor communication or you will feel like was confusion or frustration?
Okay, well, I remember one particular time a schedule change wasn't communicated properly, and I remember not just me, a few of us, the colleagues, came in to work, and it was basically the schedule had been cancelled. So, you know, that was really confusing. And, you know, I had to, I think I stayed and did my shift, but other colleagues, they had to go home. And so that, yeah, that was a bit stressful and frustrating.
Okay. So how does the way your manager communication affect your motivation at work?
Um, well, when we have good communication, which is most of the time, then it definitely makes me feel motivated to work, and it makes me want to do a good job. I enjoy my job, and when we have good communication, it definitely helps, and you know, it helps the mood of the of everyone. It boosts morale, and you know, if we have a difficult customer, we ask the manager to intervene, and you know, they sort out the problem. That makes a big difference.
Okay. So what do you think like the communication influence your job satisfaction or engagement?
Definitely, reduces clear communication about expectations reduces anxiety, and this makes me feel more confident in my role. And yes, when communication is open and constructive, it helps me stay engaged and committed to my work.
Okay. So have you ever any experienced phases like or any experience any stress or tension work that you feel was related to communication issues?
Yes, definitely. There have been times when poor communication increased stress. Um, for example, during staff shortages, when we weren't told about rota changes until the last minute, which made it difficult to plan around the work. So yeah, when that happens, it can be quite um, it can be quite stressful.
Yeah. So do you feel that your manager communications help to manage your challenges, help you like manage to challenges or stressful situation effectively?
Definitely, yes. I find that if a manager asks me to do a task and you know, I feel that it's too much for me, I will explain to them, oh, but you know, I have this to do in clothing. We have a delivery, and you know, you're asking me to work in this department, and I don't think I'll have enough time because I have another job to do. Um, Definitely, they will tell me, oh, always they will follow up telling me, oh, just, you know, start this and then we'll get someone to help you. And they always do. I always get assistance when if I feel that the tasks they have given me are too much. So yeah, I do feel that when I'm stressed and I explain it to the manager, they do listen to me and make my opinions feel respected.
Okay. So what types of communication from leader make you feel valued and supported?
Um, Supportive communication for me includes being listened to and receiving constructive feedback. Um, when my line manager asks me for input before making a decision, like adjusting break schedules or rearranging shifts, it shows respect for me and makes me feel valued.
Are there like any communication behavior or pattern that you find demotivating or unhelpful?
Um, I find that unsupportive communication happens when feedback feels one sided or overly critical without explaining how to improve. that kind of approach can really lower morale and motivation.
Okay. How important do you think empathy and emotional understanding are leadership in communication?
Yes, empathy is extremely important. Even just acknowledging when we are under pressure goes a long way. Leaders who understand the emotional side of work, like dealing with angry customers or long queues, create a much more positive environment. Otherwise, we just, we just feel like they don't understand what we're going through, and it feels a bit detached. So definitely, when they understand our situation, it helps a lot.
Okay. So, in your opinion, like, what could manager at the Sainsbury like do to improve communication with employees?
I think they could improve by communication being more consistent and timely. Having a structured communication plan, such as weekly briefings or updated notice board, would help ensure everyone receives the same information. I mean, that kind of thing does happen regularly, but it could be they could mention it more in group meetings and group huddles.
Okay. So, what kind of communication practice would make your workplace more motivating and less stressful?
I think managers should check in more regularly, not just when there's a problem. Two-way communication, where staff feedback is genuinely considered, would make the workplace more motivating and less stressful.
So, I think my network is not connected. Yeah. Sorry, I have network issues. That's why I asked me. Yeah, no, it's okay. So, if you could give one piece of advice to Sainsbury management about leadership communication, what would it be?
It would be listen actively and communicate with empathy. Employees perform better when they feel their opinions are respected and when communication feels human rather than purely managerial.
Okay. So my last question is like, is there anything else you would like to share about your communication, leadership, employees well-being in Sainsbury? I take for your recommendation, only for your recommendations. Yeah.
Overall, communication in my store is improving, but there's still room for more transparency and emotional understanding, definitely. Leadership communication isn't just about giving instructions, it's about building trust and motivating people, because we're all individuals, we all have different situations in life, and we're all going through different things, and that can affect how we work. So yeah, if the managers are more empathetic and understanding, then it would help a lot more.
Okay. Thank you, Faye. Thank you for your joining me today, and now I ended my sessions, and I really appreciate your concern, and a really great too, and it was a good session for me, and I also submitted to the interview to my university's OneDrive. So is there any problem should I submit it?
Yes, of course you can submit it, that's fine. Yeah.
Thank you for your concern. Okay.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you. ഓക്കെ
Bye.
ജുമ്മ വായിച്ച് വെച്ച് എന്നാ ശേഷം